Hey there, all my fellow compliance officers. We are going to be talking about chip walking. I know y'all probably know what it is, but it is not chips getting up and walking off the table, of course. It is when a player who has a large amount of chips, not like, taking a commemorative chip home with them or something like that, or not small amounts. But if they have a large amount of chips that they, like, say somebody walks away from the table with $12,000 in chips, they go up to the cage and they only cash out maybe half of that, or just below the $10,000 range, where maybe they're trying to avoid reporting. Make sure that you are catching that. I know that how we catch it is in the compliance office, we look at the chips cashed out compared to the chips that should have been walked with from our table games reports. And then you compare that to what the cage might have reported. Sometimes it could be that they are just reporting chips because you have the MTL and you have a certain threshold for that MTL. If they go up there and cash out lower than the MTL, of course it doesn't get captured by the cage. So maybe throughout the day they did cash out all of their chips, but you wouldn't see that necessarily on the cage MTL. But if you look, say they should have walked away from the tables with $12,000, you should be able to go in the table games reporting system and see if it was all at once that they walked away from the table with $12,000, or if it may have been smaller transactions throughout the day. You got to do a little investigating. And then also, if you notice that they didn't cage all of the chips all at once, maybe they took some of them home with them, maybe look a couple of days later and see if they came back and played with those chips. But what we're looking for is somebody who might have walked away from the table with $12,000, caged $5,000 for themselves, maybe gave them somebody else to cash out. And how you would see that is maybe somebody cashes out some chips but doesn't show they ever played. Usually we get a hold of surveillance to look at that, to see if maybe they handed the chips off to somebody else and maybe that's how that person got the chips. Anyway, you got to do a little investigating on your own, but what you're looking for is somebody that seems to be avoiding cashing out all of their chips out during one gaming day. That's why it's also important that the players don't know what the game day hours are, because some of them are smart enough to know to split it up over several game days, things like that. So if you have any questions about chip walking or anything to add to my chip walking that we just talked about, please make sure to put it in the comments so we can have a discussion going with the people. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can build this community up so that we can share with each other. But I'm going to start talking about some topics of some suspicious activity, and I just started just now with the chip walking. If you want to talk about anything specific, make sure to tell me in the comments below. And please tell me where you're watching from. And I just hope you guys have a great day. Don't try to be doing compliance alone. We all need each other. It helps a lot to have other people to bounce ideas off of, because if you're like me, nobody else in the casino really understands what we do or how we do it. And it really helps to have other people to talk to. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.